Cuffs are off, man.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, friends? Daniel Dopp here from the Fantasy Focused Football Podcast over on ESPN.
It's Fabs here, Michael Fabiano from Sports Illustrated.
You know who you can trust if you've got some questions about your fantasy squad?
Want to check out a cool show on YouTube that'll help you get ready for the fantasy football season?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Head on over to YouTube. Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network because they're doing everything they can to make you a better fantasy player.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
So go and roll your sleeves up, yeah, go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting down cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right cause I
What up? What up? What up, world? Welcome back to the Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm Mike Herrick, aka Classic Mike, and this is our Week 6 Active and Inactive Sunday show. I'll be going over some of the news and notes since our Friday show, giving you some updates of the Broncos versus Jets and England game right now. It's Broncos 10, Jets 6. And then going over the actives and inactives at 11:30. We have a few that to go over today, as well as answering your last-second start-sit questions. So if you have them in there, throw them in the chat. I will get to them as we go. The biggest news to come out and the most relevant news that we want to talk about right at this moment is Kyler Murray is going to be out today versus Indianapolis. Jacoby Brissett is going to be taking over. They also stated, well, this is Adam Schefter, actually said that Bam Knight will be starting over Michael Carter today. Just couldn't get it done on the ground. Yards per carry were about 2.8 as per Adam Levitan. That's not good. That's not good. We want to, they definitely want a little bit better, even though that Michael Carter had a really great game last week. It's going to be Bam Knight starting, getting short yardage. At this point, Michael Carter will kind of drop to what I guess would, be the DeMarcaro role, if you will. But at the end of the day, I think they still trust Michael Carter. He did, well last week in his start. So they will do the best they can with, getting him involved. Chargers wide receiver Quinton Johnston, he's going to be trending towards missing today's game. That's really tough for those that have Justin Herbert this week. I have him a little bit lower in my rankings, brings up guys like Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey a little bit. Right now, it looks like he's trending towards not playing. Zay Flowers, questionable with a shoulder injury. He's expected to start, but he won't be 100%. Likely will play less than normal if, given the opportunity that he goes. Now, also remember, if those don't already know, out on the, northeast area of the country, we have this kind of nor'easter that's kind of coming through and kind of hitting, where I live in New York, and then also in Baltimore too. It's kind of just, I would say, grazing it. Winds will be high. It's going to be rainy intermittently, and it's going to be gross at the stadium out there. I'm not like low on guys, but I will take, I will be kind of in between on a few. I know that the run game is going to be heavy. Ravens also brought up Snoop Huntley, so he'll be here for this game in some capacity. Cooper Rush is going to be starting, though. If Rush isn't getting it done, they might change it over, which will open up things a little bit for the run game. I wouldn't be surprised if they started him, but at this point, I don't think they will. Jatavian Sanders for the Carolina Panthers tight end. He's questionable due to an ankle. He is not expected to play today. Neither is Jalen Coker. He was listed as out last night. Jamar Chase, he missed practice time this week with an illness. He's listed as questionable, but he's slated to play today with Joe Flacco, who has been acquired by the Bengals. That should be an interesting combination. Who else? Miles Sanders, he was listed on the IR this week. So Jalen Blue is going to be the backup for Javonte Williams. Mac Jones is listed as questionable for today due to an oblique injury. He's expected to play through. There's a chance that Brock Purdy is back next week, as well as Ricky Purcell. They are hoping that they are both back next week. Juwan Jennings, he's listed as questionable due to an ankle and rib injury. He's expected to play today, even though he practiced very minimally. Darnell Mooney, he will be out today. For those that don't know, well, not today, for Monday. We have, the 4 teams on Monday, which, my own opinion, I hate that. Just one Monday night game, please. I hate jumping back and forth to different channels every 10 minutes. Dalton Kincaid and Curtis Samuel, they're both listed as questionable for Monday night as well. Be aware of that if you have one of the two. I would definitely be grabbing a backup for Dalton Kincaid just in case. Taylor Decker for today versus the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been downgraded to out, left tackle for the Lions, so just be aware of that. It was said for the Washington Commanders that they're going to take it to Monday for Deebo Samuel. Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown are both listed as out. That's kind of significant. Leading up until game time for that is kind of, that's rough for a lot of fantasy owners that have Deebo. Make sure you have a backup in place. There are plenty of, like I said, there's 4 teams going on Monday night. So make sure you have a backup just in case. Bears kicker, Cairo Santos is questionable for today. Well, no, this would be another Thursday or the Monday game. So make sure you guys are aware of that. All right. So for those that are watching, please make sure to throw your questions in the chat. I am here for you guys today to answer your questions. If you have any, please make sure you throw them in the chat. I'll be here as long as you guys want me to be here. So I'm just here for you guys. If you have questions, throw them in that chat. I don't really have much else to talk about. I appreciate everybody that's here. Thank you, Evan, for joining us on Friday to help me out on Friday night. I had a nice anniversary date with my wife so that we can enjoy a little bit before the baby comes. So got to enjoy our weekend a little bit. But thank you, Evan. Really do appreciate your time. If those that don't follow him already, you should on Blue Sky. He's all over there. And, really, really great guy. Really enjoyed having him on the show during the off season to talk about draft and all that fun stuff. Like I said, we're just waiting for the Jets versus Broncos game. It's been a back and forth type of game. Good defenses versus each other. Bo Nix has a touchdown so far to Atkins or Nate Hackins. Nothing credible, nothing crazy. Sutton's been kind of held in check a little bit, but they're using everybody. Evan Ingram is getting a lot of run, which is great. Right now, before they went into the locker room, you got to see Garrett Wilson, who currently isn't doing well with the goose egg, is a little upset and just want to kind of voice his opinion to Aaron Glenn, trying to get him going, get him an understanding like, hey, I got this. We'll wait and see how that turns out. Broncos defense is very good. They've been doing very well at holding Justin Fields, especially his rushing ability. He hasn't really been able to do much today, with his legs, which is usually his biggest attribute. 5 for 7 for 17 yards isn't going to cut it for them moving forward. Breece Hall, 9 for 24, which isn't that, it's not that good. They're really having a rough time with that currently. And then as well as the passing options, right now it's just been Josh Reynolds with 2 catches for 14 yards and Wilson with the 2 yards. So not a goose egg, but close enough to a goose egg for me. RJ Harvey being involved in the passing game a little bit, 3 for 3, 21 yards, not getting a lot of run on just behind the tackles. J.K. Dobbins being held in check a little bit, 7 for 15. Not really being used in the passing game, only 1 target so far. But like I said, Evan Ingram, really the big target so far, 4 targets, 4 receptions for 30. And then the big catch for Nate Atkins for 1 touchdown. This has been a very defensive game. It's actually quite crazy how This game is, it kind of went right to the half as we went on, which is normal. Sometimes it's a little earlier than that, but they're kicking off right now. Just got started with the second half. Looks like who's getting the ball? Looks like the Jets are getting the ball to start. So hopefully, we get to see a little bit of action while we're here. Like I said, throw those questions in the chat. I am here for you guys with last second start sit questions. I know a lot of the things that have changed. The big news, like I said, Bam Knight is going to be starting today for the Cardinals. Mike Carter is still involved in one way or another, but they're going to be starting Bam Knight. Jacoby Brissett is going to be taking the starting role as well. I really don't want anything to do with these backfields if I can. The only person that I might be interested in is Marvin Harrison. And, I know people have been down on him the last few weeks, but Jacoby can open him up a little bit and make it so that he's, better utilized. I think Kyler Murray is one of those, first read goes away. He kind of just, and then just runs. Jacoby is a little bit, more of a pro, understands, who his, how to, who's there to help him. And that's Marvin Harrison Jr. So him and McBride should probably benefit from Jacoby being in. So we'll wait and see how that turns out. But right now, I don't really want much out of that backfield. Indy is pretty good otherwise against running backs at this point. I mean, they are currently 6th in the league against, running backs as it goes per fantasy points allowed. They've only allowed 18 per week on average. So that's pretty good overall. So make sure you guys are aware of that moving in. Like I said before, Dalton Kincaid is listed as questionable. That's kind of big news. You want to make sure that you have a backup tight end. There are probably a few that are going to be available at that time, or you can grab somebody that's playing at 1 or whatever, start them over him. But I would probably wait and see. Dawson Knox should be available in your league as well. He's been heavily involved in one way or another. So I wouldn't mind that as well. My boy Patrick. What's going on, Patrick? How you doing, man? Yo, go Big Blue. What a win. Pick 2. Oh, well, of course. Yes, it was a big win for the Giants this weekend or this Thursday with one of my favorite things. Actually, it was kind of funny. So I'll tell a quick story. We were at I took my wife out for our anniversary when we went to the Lainey Wilson concert out in Madison Square Garden. I'm a big fan as much as my wife is. And we were, sitting in our seats, and one of the guys is like, "Go Birds." And I'm just sitting there like, shut up. You lost. Take your loss like a man. Just kept on saying it over and over again. It was annoying. That's the one thing I can bond with Cowboys fans with. Anyway, picking 2, Olave for sure. Olave is a lock. I'm putting him in regardless. Gainwell or Pittman. I'm gonna lean Pittman. Big reason why. Now, he has a tough matchup today versus Will Johnson. Will Johnson is pretty much the highest ranked corner currently out there. But I do, when he's out there, it's hard not to start him at this point. He's been very effective, and you can't not, play somebody like that. Gainwell is still the backup. He's still going to be going against the Browns, who are one of the best in the league against the run. They are currently 2nd in points allowed to fantasy running backs with 15 per week on average. So now this one's even tougher. This is probably the toughest one for me. Darren Waller or Tucker Kraft. Now, rankings wise, I have these guys pretty, close to, well, I got to move things around. I didn't get a chance to do my rankings this week. Darren Waller going against Derwin James is a little tough for me. He's very good at shutting anybody down. He's one of the best safeties in the league, if not the best safety. Tucker Kraft going against Cincinnati is one of the biggest matchups that I want to exploit. So for me, I'm going to probably go with Tucker Kraft. They're coming off the bye. They have more ability to, they definitely have a game plan in place. Bengals are banged up. They're going to be going against, they're going to be in a situation where, they're going to have to put the pedal down. They are favored by 14 at this point. I understand that number is kind of gross and you want to be on the other end of that. So I would probably lean Tucker Kraft. No, Patrick, you're playing Chris Olave regardless. Chris Olave is a lock. It's Olave and Pittman. Do not play Gainwell. Gainwell versus the Browns is just not something I want to be involved with. Gainwell is the backup. Jaylen Warren is back, so he's just a backup at this point. Hopefully, this is Arthur Smith. We never know. But I'm not going to play anybody. I'm not going to play a running back versus Cleveland unless I'm absolutely necessary to do so. I am going to play Olave and Pittman for sure. And especially, I'm assuming this is full PPR. Full PPR, I'm definitely using those. Same with Kraft. I think Kraft has the better matchup overall. Darren Waller has been excellent in his time back. I have no problem with either or, but I think that Kraft is probably your best bet because of the matchup. It's just a overall better matchup. Right now, Bengals are the worst against tight ends. You can't not play that matchup, even with the, like I said, 14 point spread where, they're favored. Normally I would lean you the other way, but in this case, it's going to be Tucker Kraft for sure. So Tucker Kraft, Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, those are the guys you're going to want to play today, for sure. So make sure you guys are throwing your questions in the chat. I will be doing actives and inactives leading up to game time. Some of the guys that we're going to be looking at is, Brock Bowers, we already know is out. Let's go through my list. Kyler Murray is the one guy we know is going to be out today. So he will not be here. Mac Jones will be starting for the 49ers. So we already know that most of the QBs in this game or in these games coming up. Running backs wise, Alvin Kamara, we'll find out about him. He should be good. I haven't heard anything against the contrary. And that's really it for the running backs, which is good. I like when we get, weeks that we don't have a ton of guys to really worry about. Jamar Chase, we won't know about now, but from what we keep hearing, he's expected to play today. Deebo Samuel plays on Monday night, so you're going to have to wait till Monday night for that, but they are going to take it up to game time for Deebo just to see if anything changes. Jets just got a field goal, so now it is 10-9. They walked down the field. They did okay. They're not getting Garrett Wilson as involved as I thought they would. A little disappointed in that, even though, I'm expecting that. Zay Flowers is questionable. We'll know about him at 1 o'clock. Like I said, for those that live on the East Coast, know about the nor'easter that's hitting us within the next few hours. We should be getting, for us, it's going to be rain and wind out here, especially for me. More inland, they might not get as much, but it is going to, you're going to see intermittent rain and a lot of wind in Baltimore and M&T. So just be aware of that moving in. I think that they're going to keep the game low and slow. So it's going to be a lot of guys, they're going to try to keep the ball short yardage for that game. A lot of quick passes and a lot of running, the ball. So Henry could have a decent game, but I've lowered Henry significantly in my rankings. The last couple of days, I'm playing Javonte Williams over him with the better matchup versus Carolina. And I got him at like 20 right now. I'm just a little lower on him. He hasn't been producing. It's harder for him to do anything with Lamar out. They are on a bye next week, which helps them realistically because, Lamar could come back from that and then everything's back to normal. But they're going to get back Ronnie Stanley. They're also going to get back Kyle Hamilton. So big parts of their defense will be back. I'm definitely going to be playing guys like Rico Dowdle today versus Dallas. Dallas has a rough defense, and it's a revenge game for him. He's already ready and, revving to go. Javonte Williams I like today as well. Like a lot of guys today, a lot of running backs have good matchups that I'm hoping to exploit in some scenarios. So really excited for that moving forward. Make sure you guys, if you're watching, throw your questions in the chat. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. So, if I don't get a ton of interaction, I might call it early so I can go and watch the end of this game at one point or, do what I got to do around the house, which I've been putting off. I think last week it was, I had a project that I was working on that I couldn't finish. I wanted to get done early Sunday morning and ended up. Oh, well, looks like Garrett Wilson's hurt right now. He exited the medical tent without his helmet. Oi, 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 oi. All right, well, we know that he's going to be questionable to return at one point. Looking like at this point he's on the sideline without the helmet. That's not good. Not good at all. Getting a lot of quick information from people and just trying to sift through the fodder. Oh, of course, I get like 100 notifications at once instead of just like one. Everyone needing to post at the same time instead of just waiting their turn. So it looks like Tyler Smith, the left tackle for the Cowboys, he's going to be playing today. He was listed as questionable. Looks like he went through pregame workout and everything's good to go for him. So Tyler Smith should be active today for the Cowboys. That's a huge help for them on their line. They definitely need it. And for those that have Javonte are going to really want it. Right now, Broncos have the ball currently. It is, I think, 1st and 10 on their 24, 23. So they're going to be moving this ball down the field left to right. If you're watching on the game, run outside with JK. Jets have been pretty good at keeping JK and Harvey at bay. Like I said before, this game has been pretty defensive overall. Brees Hall being held to 33 yards. Right now, Bo Nix leads the team in rushing with 26 yards. JK with only 19. Like I said, big defensive game. Make sure you guys are throwing out your questions into the chat if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys as long, like I said, be here as long as you guys want me to be here. We're also going to just be, I'll give you some updates as the game goes if anything significant happens. And just to kind of kill some time. I know a lot of questions are really already answered with a couple bye week guys out. So just waiting on you guys for questions. But I'll give you guys actives and inactives at 11:30, or if they come in a little bit earlier. Like I said, Tyler Smith is going to be available today, left tackle for the Cowboys. That's going to be significant for their team. Broncos got a 3rd and 4 in Jets territory. Bad throw, no catch, incomplete. They are. Who is that? Oh, McLaughlin. Yeah, just a bad catch. Looks like they're going to be punting the ball from there, like 30-ish. So, flag. What's going on? Are you coming back? What are we doing here? It's on the offense. Oh, legal man downfield. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a legal man downfield. He was looking forward, trying to get ahead. All right. 4th and 4, probably punting it. Jets get the ball back. Okay, cool. Well, make sure, like I said, throw those questions in the chat. I'm here for you, for anybody that's here watching. Here to answer your questions. Make sure you guys are ready for week 6. Really excited to be back to be able to get you guys get you guys ready for a win this week. Really need a win in a couple of my leagues as well. So really excited this week. For those on the East Coast, stay safe for the next couple of days. It's going to be a little rough out here. Like I said, a little bit of little bit of bad weather out here on the East Coast, Northeast Coast. So hopefully we can manage that. Little tropical depression coming up, or low pressure, if you will. So should be fun. Waiting for. Oh no, not my Hufunga. Hufunga has a wrist injury. For those that play IDP like I do, unfortunately, only getting me 2 points this afternoon, and is now out. So that sucks. Looking like a bad day for my team. Went against Scattaboo in a bunch of leagues, so trying to come back from for a win. See how that goes. It's going to be a rough couple days coming back from that. So, but that's fantasy for you. First can lead to being 4th or 5th at the end of the year. So make sure you guys are picking the right guys, putting them in. Make sure you guys are set here for us. We'll help you guys get what you need taken care of so that you're winning your weeks. We got about 4 minutes until we get some actives and inactives for you guys. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. I'm here for you. I know it's tough to be against the good old Sunday morning game. We have the same scenario next week, unfortunately. And then I think we have the Berlin game right after that. So we got the Sunday morning game next week, and week 8 we have. Oh, finally we get rid of those games then. So it's going to be at least one more week. The week after that, I won't be here. I'll be upstate doing a little something for my dad. My dad passed away back in June, so we are spreading his ashes upstate, so I won't be around. But yeah, really just waiting for these actives and inactives for you guys to rattle them off for those that are waiting for those. I also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the show. This isn't like a normal show, just because of the concept that I am here by myself. Normally, I'm here with my buddy Kendall on Friday evenings, but for now, I am here by myself. I do my Sunday show on my own, help you guys get through it. But like I said, normally I'm not competing with the Sunday morning football, which is always going to take precedent over me, which is completely understandable. Not much I can really do about that. So we're just trying to get you guys ready to go. Like I said, Hufunga for the Broncos is questionable right now with a wrist injury. So for those that have IDP leagues and play Hufunga, he's back. I see him in there. I see him back in there. All right, good. At least we know he's back. Hate when that happens. Hate when they're telling me questionable. And, he's back out there, scaring the crap out of me. That's all right. That's all part of fantasy. That's the anxiety that we deal with on a daily basis. So, hope everyone's doing well on this wonderful Sunday morning. Hope everyone had a wonderful week and is ready for a really good week of football in week 6. Really excited to get to these games at 1:00. Should be a fun slate coming through. It's always nice when my team isn't playing Sunday, so I can just turn on Red Zone and not have to stress as much. So, and it's always good when we had the Giants get a win versus the Eagles, the division opponent, on a Thursday night on the national stage. Always really great to have Scattaboo running all over people like a bat out of hell. Love Scattaboo. Really, really happy he's doing what he's doing. I'm a little upset that my bold take kind of got hurt with the fact that Scattaboo's doing so well, but I'll take that loss one way or another. Maybe I'll move Scattaboo in my top 20 or my top 15, just my prediction. Not much I can do about it, but it is what it is. We're not always right. We're like the weather, or we're like weathermen, but we're not always right. All right. So just waiting for these actives and inactives. A lot of them should be coming through right now. It's 11:30. So we should be getting a majority of them in the next minute or two. Just updating my app. Make sure we have some of these particular in and out for you guys. Jets have the ball, second and 7, with about 6 minutes left in the third. They just passed the 50-yard line. Look at that tackle. Oh, come on, Hufanga. There it is. Finish that tackle. Very nice. Very nice. Tackle for a loss plus the full tackle. Hopefully that would be nice. Even though they'll probably give him half the tackle because Singletary got him too. Or not Singletary, Singleton. I love when Hufanga gets those behind. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, they'll give him half a tackle for that probably. Kyle Murray, officially inactive. Kyle Murray is officially inactive. We already kind of knew that moving forward. Deebo Samuel and Keviton Turpin is out for the Cowboys. They're also going to be down there. Offensive guard, Tyler Booker. Quinston Johnston, inactive. Chargers, Quentin Johnston is out today. Be aware. So take him out of your lineups. He's been doing very well lately. But for now, we need to take him out. Looks like Garrett Wilson's back in the game for the Jets. He was questionable and being evaluated for a concussion. Looks like he's good to go. Kyler Murray inactive, like I said before. So we can already get that going. I love how they changed the thing, even though the person's back in the game. Jets are punting the ball with 4th and 8 on their 45. Like I said, QJ is going to be out today. He is inactive. That bumps up guys like Keenan Allen. What up, Patrick? He goes Drake May or Goff. I like this one. Let's look at what we got here. Titans, probably one of the better defenses that I want to go against comparatively to the Chiefs. Or no, not the Chiefs. Who are they playing today? Oh, this is I'm looking at the wrong week. I was going to say they were playing the Chiefs, right? Yeah. Playing the Chiefs at the Chiefs. Taylor Decker out. I know they're going to exploit that a little bit. Drake May has a little bit more. He has a higher floor because of his rushing ability. I do like Drake May today. Where is he going against? Because I was looking at the wrong game. He is going against the Saints. Yeah, we're going to go Drake May here. Drake May. I like Jared Goff. He's an elite quarterback, but for fantasy, it's hard for him to do well. He's got to have a 5-touchdown game every week just to be relevant. Drake May is a little bit more involved in a higher floor just because of his rushing ability. Saints, they're favored right now. They're favored in this game by 3.5. The New England Patriots, 46-point over under. I don't hate those. I love the concept that the game is for the Chiefs and Lions is at 52, but that sometimes can be a little rough because it's not. I've noticed a lot of games that are higher than a certain amount don't normally cover. Alvin Kamara officially active for today's game. Just be aware of that. No one else really that we can mention at the moment. Everybody else is pretty good to go. I do too there, Bryce. Bryce is in the house. What's going on, man? He goes Drake May or Jaden Daniels. Both are good matchups. I'm not going to lie. Going against the Bears. Bears are one of the worst teams so far with quarterbacks. Let me just double check my math here. Bears are 25th against QBs this year, comparatively to New England, to the Saints, who are 26. So both are very bad. They're right back to back with one another. Both I really like a lot. Jaden it's been rough. You have Terry out. You're going to have Noah Brown out. They're going to be down to Deebo being hurt. They're going to have to lean on the run for him. I don't feel comfortable with Jaden Daniels because of his weapons being gone. I do like Drake May a little more. He's got he's got more weapons to play with in this case. Does have the rushing floor. Maybe not as high. Almost a good catch. He doesn't have the higher, like he's just not going to be able to do as much. His legs are going to probably, help him out a lot more. They're going to want to keep him safe as much as possible. I'm going to go with Drake May here. And, their inactives just came through. They're missing a guard, which is, they'll be all right. Chisholm's going to be starting today. So that's good news for you guys. So yeah, I'm going to go Drake May for you there, Bryce. I like Drake May here. I agree with you. And it's at home. It's just a better scenario. They are going to have some of the type of weather that we are, but not as bad. It's going to be just a little windy, but it should be okay. Ravens inactives. Lamar, we already know. Roquan Smith is going to be out as well. Awuzie, Ricard, Walker. Zay Flowers is active, so he will be playing today, which is good for them. Kamara, we already know, is active, which is great. Oh, wow. A.D. Mitchell is a healthy scratch today. They moved up Anthony Richardson just in case. So they have him in place. Jalen, no, he's going to be there. Julian Love and Devon Witherspoon is going to be out for the Seahawks. That's kind of big news, man. I don't think people realize how good they are and what they do to that secondary. Makes me want to play. Makes me really want to play Brian Thomas Jr. So, what up, Worm? Mikey, got a question. Full PPR. I need to pick 3. Kamara, Tet, BTJ, DJ Moore. All great matchups this week. Really do like what you have going on here. Let's get into this a little bit. So it's hard not to tell you to not, like, I have to tell you to play Kamara for sure. Like, I always want a good floor play, and Kamara is a good floor play. So I'm going to go Kamara for one of those choices. Then the 3 wide receivers to pick from, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Cowboys are, let me just go through the inactives for the Cowboys to double check their their secondary situation. If Diggs is there, I might be less willing, but I think Bland is out. No, they're both starting. So their secondary is there. They're going to, you can definitely up on the Cowboys in one way or another. Tet's been absolutely, really been doing well the last few weeks with targets. He's gotten anywhere from 9, 10, 8, 8, 8. Those are very consistent targets. BTJ has not been doing as well and a little disappointing the last few weeks. 7, 12, 6, 7, 6. Just a little inconsistent for my like. And then DJ Moore is kind of the same. I think it's definitely going to be Tet for you. And then it's really picking between DJ Moore and Brian Thomas Jr. And that's a tough one. That's a real tough thing for me to answer. I want to say 50-point over under for the Bears game. So I like that. More points involved. The Jaguars game, 47. So they're both high in the point totals. Seattle is favored and actually switched at the last second due to injuries and stuff. So that's big. Washington's been favored the whole time. They're going to have to stay in it. Then I go to the quarterbacks who I like more, Caleb or Trevor. I like Caleb a little bit better. But I think I'm going to roll with DJ Moore here. They have to get him involved at one point. I know Rome has been killing it, doing well, and it's hard to stop a guy like that. But I think they're going to try to get him more involved moving forward, especially after the bye week. They had a little bit more time to evaluate, or they had a little bit of time to evaluate what they've been doing, and I hope they notice that. Hey, yeah, Hufunga with the big sack. Love that. Love Hufunga off the outside. Big snap, 4th down. Ooh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Told you I'm going to be doing updates. Let's go to my rankings real quick just to kind of get an idea of what I like here. Yeah, I got DJ and Brian Thomas Jr. right next to each other. I'm going to go DJ Moore. I feel a little bit more comfortable in those waters. BTJ has been a little bit disappointing as of late. He's gotten a little bit more targets than Trevor, but I think I'm going to lean DJ Moore. So Kamara, Tet, and BJ Moore are going to be my choices for this game. So hope that helped you, Worm. I know that's not against me because we ain't facing each other this week, and I know that's none of your guys in our Dynasty League, which is great. All right. So, like I said, throw those questions in the chat. We already got kind of a breakdown of who's in, who's out. Worm, anytime, my friend. That's my 2 cents. Do with it as you will. Knowing you'll probably play BTJ just because I told you to play DJ Moore. What that goes. Rams inactive. Tutu Atwell is going to be inactive today for the Rams. He's been a big part of their game the last few weeks. For those that don't know, he's actually been pretty good and helpful. Chuba Hubbard is going to be inactive. We already kind of knew that. So load up Uncle Rico, which is great. Javonte Sanders, we already knew about. He's going to be inactive today. Active will be Zay Flowers, Alvin Kamara. Christian Gonzalez is going to be active for this game as well. Might put a damper on Chris Olave, but not as much as you might think. Right now, Chris Olave has been really heavily involved the last few weeks, and they're peppering him anywhere that they can. Chris Olave has double-digit targets in the last out of the last 5 weeks. 4 out of the 5 weeks, 13, 10, 14, 6, and then 11. Like I said before, A.D. Mitchell is a surprise inactive today. Richardson is the 3rd QB, which is strange. So both are going to be in that situation. Riley Leonard is going to be QB2. That's gross. They better hope they don't. They better hope no one gets hurt in that game, because that is pretty crazy. To be quite, that's going to be rough. All right. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. I'm going to be here as long as you guys want me to be here. I'm not going to just stay to talk about nothing. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat if you have them. I'm going to be here for another couple minutes until I start seeing, some chat. If not, no big deal. Like I said, we'll be back here on Monday with Frank. Frank's going to do some overreactions. Might be a little later than normal just because of the doubleheader. So he might be here a little late, but not crazy late. I think the game is at 8:15. So yeah, he might be on normal time. We'll see. But he might take an extra second to kind of evaluate what's going on so that he can give you the best options. Games leading up always hurt things because things can change on a dime. God forbid someone's out. You need to know who to pivot to. And then Phil will be back here on Tuesday. So, dude, it was quite a day. We had softball that night. You missed it, by the way. It's okay. We had 10 guys. We split that game, which was nice. Mercy of the second game. But yeah, we were able to watch while we were playing. Really great to see Scatterboo the way he was. Listened to most of it on the car ride home. So that was nice to, hear that. But yeah, real pumped about that win. It was really great to see the Giants, start playing well again. Hopefully that can continue moving forward, but we'll see. All right, coming Wednesday. Nice. Yeah, we have 2 games this week, Wednesday and Thursday this week. So it's one of my least favorite things to do is play softball on Thursday night. Can't really. It's hard to focus on 2 things at once when you have a game going on. You have the Thursday night game up on a little phone screen, and then you're playing the game and you want to be in the game as much as possible. So yeah. All right, sounds good, Worm. I'm excited for you to be there as always. Always great to have Worm when he's there. 3rd and 10. Broncos run the ball. Jets are up 11 to 10 at the moment. Jets just stopped the ball for 4th down. I don't know why they just ran it to the outside. That was such a bad 3rd down call. He must have audibled out. So, so those that don't know Worm, so Worm plays with me on my softball team, like I said. And on top of that, we would call him Worm Island back in the day. And Worm is a pretty fun dude in general, and him in the outfield is always a pleasure to watch. So him being out in the outfield, held out, always held down right field. But he is more than likely, based on scenarios that occur with people showing up and not being there, will be probably playing catcher for us. I'm going to be probably at first base because I don't think TJ is able to make the Wednesday games, and I don't know if Frank's making it. So that makes me first base, which makes it, I always enjoy first base, prefer the first base over the catcher. But I don't mind catcher either. But you better make the throws back to Mike. Anyway, make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. Like I said, I'm only going to be here as long as you guys want me to be here. I don't want to just, talk myself to death, which I don't mind talking, but prefer having people to talk with. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. I'm here for you. So make sure you guys are asking those questions. Also, make sure you guys are checking out Underdog Fantasy if you haven't already. Make sure you guys are using the promo code GETRIGHT. And we got a bunch of offers going right now. It's the play 5, get 50. This is when you do pick 'em bets. So this is what the current promo is for any new user. Also, they have other things like Boosttober promos every day. Here are some of the promos that they have. These are just, easy bets to win for those pick'em bets. So make sure you guys are checking out Underdog Fantasy if you haven't already. If you haven't, make sure, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're liking and subscribing to the show as well. Where I'm going, good luck this week, Mikey. Have a good football Sunday. I hope so. That is my big hope. I need to make sure I'm doing well this week. I need to win. Need your brother to lose. That would be fantastic. But we'll wait and see how that goes. So make sure those that are new to the show or those new to watching, please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the show. Also, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. Like I said, I'm going to be here for you guys until you don't want me here anymore. Or until I'm just talking myself to death, which, like I said, I'm not going to do the whole time. Right now, it is 11 to 10. Jets currently. Looks like they got the ball back after a interception or fumble, if you will, from Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson touched the ball, put it in the air, and basically Surtain picking it off. Oh, okay. So they're calling it a forced fumble. He had it. Let me see. Nope. I don't think. See, they had this call before when Troy Franklin, he didn't really have possession. And it didn't look like Garrett Wilson really had possession. He barely took a step forward. I think this is going to be ruled an incomplete pass, but we'll wait and see. It was definitely a great play. So if those could actually see it, it was a very, it looks like the offense is staying on the field here. So yeah, it looks like an incomplete. Wait, he's calling it his. He's let's see what happens. They still have it as Denver's ball, but I'm waiting to hear. Nope. They changed it. Looks like incomplete pass. Yeah, it just didn't look right. It just didn't look like a play that would be a fumble. He just barely had it. So let's see here. Yeah, they got an incomplete pass. So It's an incomplete pass currently. They're going to get the ball back. He didn't have full control of the ball. It's hard for somebody to do something like that in that situation. Of course, I didn't think about grabbing Bam Knight at this point. I'm an idiot. Okay, so it looks like Anthony Richardson was hurt in warmups today, so that's why they knocked him down. Okay, that makes sense. Adon Mitchell is a little bit different. They've been having issues with him as of late. I could see him being traded at one point, but we'll wait and see how that goes. All right. Like I said, I know it's a little tough going against the Sunday morning show, so I'm not gonna stress too much. We're gonna make sure that I get your questions answered, and then I'm gonna head out of here. So if you do have questions, make sure to throw those questions in the chat. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, that should be a face mask. But they're not going to call it. Also, if you guys haven't checked out already, make sure you guys check out trophysmack.com. Really great trophies that they have available. Their bestseller is their belt. They also have customizable trophies as well as customized rings. We gave away a customized ring for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We also have Kirk Cousins chains. They also have a really cool helmet. Really, really like it. A little expensive, but really nice idea. So make sure you guys check them out. Make sure to check out our affiliate podcasts as well. We have Kendall at the Fantasy Football Tavern as well as Phil on the Extra Point. Tycoon's taking a little bit of a hiatus, but make sure to check out Tycoon as well at his site. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to all of them. Also, make sure to check out Cody and Zach over at the Sweet Life Podcast. They are usually on Saturday afternoon, so make sure you guys check them out as well. Awesome. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't got anybody interacting in the chats. I don't want to stay here that much longer. So make sure you guys check out the Jets versus the Denver game. Good luck to everybody today in their matchups and their week 6, unless you're going against me. I'll see you guys on Friday next week, and make sure to check us back out on tomorrow. So see you guys later. Peace.
Wanted to write fantasy.